Hi, welcome back. So I completed a reading vlog for mystery novels and you can watch that I think it's up here. I don't read too many mystery genres, so I'm interested in doing a reading vlog for genres that I'm more familiar with, so romance novels. I also have a huge love and adoration for Kindle Unlimited because I'm sure you guys are all familiar with Kindle Unlimited. Briefly, it is a service that Amazon has that you pay a monthly subscription to have all these books that you can read unlimited amounts of. Hence, Kindle Unlimited. It is kind of hard to find great reads on there because most of those books are independently published. But there are some really fun ones. Even if they're not great, they're always fun. I mean, for the most part. So I picked 3 Kindle Unlimited books that I am going to read over the next few days. So you can come along with me and read them. We are going to read, it's a drum roll. We are going to read The Devil Wears Black by L.G. Shen. I saw this description about a week ago and I was like, there's just too many tropes here that seem kind of cheesy to me. I am a little judgy. I'm just gonna say that right here, I'm sorry. But since this had such a good rating, it has a 4.18 on Goodreads, I'm gonna give it a try. So it's a second chance romance about a girl named Maddie and her ex-boyfriend Chase comes back into the picture and he asks her to pretend to be his fiance. So it's fake dating, second chance romance. Interesting, but also cringy. I don't know. We're gonna find out. The next book is Rare Danger by Beverly Jenkins. Now, I've heard some really good stuff about Beverly Jenkins, so I am so excited for this because I have never read one of her books before. I believe she does novellas a lot, and I think this might be a novella. Guys, this has a 4.41 on Goodreads. That's like amazing. This is actually a thriller romance, which I've hardly ever read. And this just seems so fun, especially because Jasmine, the main character, is a librarian. She does book archiving. Oh wait, no, she curates books, but still, that's effing cool, okay? So she's in this actual book world, and one of her coworkers goes missing, and then their partner gets murdered or something. So I don't know if she's investigating this murder or she just gets like caught up in it. And then there's this guy named Tor. It says he's an Air Force veteran and private security ace. Ace makes me think of Logan calling Rory that on Gilmore Girls.
Look again, Ace.
If you want to interview Finn, Ace, you better do it quick. It's your choice, Ace. You did good, Ace.
I don't like Logan, but I just want someone to call me Ace, okay? Like I said, I haven't read too many thriller romances, so I feel like the added element of, you know, am I about to get murdered is really gonna make things steamy. And then third, I did not want to choose this book because the cover is, I'm judgy, okay? We've already established that. A Not So Meet Cute by Meghan Quinn. I like red, I like blue, but it's just a little cringe to me. And what is that floating in the background? They're like little angels? I don't know. This has a 4.25 rating on Goodreads and it has a lot of ratings. So people like it. Let me read about what it's about. Okay guys, sorry, I didn't read the description of these before. So this is also a fake dating situation. She finds this like millionaire guy in Beverly Hills and he asks her to be his fiance. Wow. Okay, so this is pretty much The Devil Wears Black without the second chance romance. People seem to really like this book. And I hope I do too. I feel like it's gonna be cringy, but I'm hoping it's gonna be fun at the very least. I'm sorry, I feel like I wanna apologize for having these books so similar, but I think that would make the video much more interesting because we can compare and contrast. And we've got Rare Danger in the middle, which maybe will help, you know, separate some of the cheese. So yeah, I'm so excited for this video, and without further ado, here's the next clip. So I am 3% into this book and I have some questions. First of all, Maddie is on a date with a guy named Ethan. He's a doctor, so you know, good for you, Maddie. They're walking her home and she sees this man on her apartment, and it's very clear to the reader and to Maddie that this is Chase, her ex-boyfriend. The information we get, first of all, Ethan doesn't even walk her to the door or doesn't seem concerned with the fact that there is possibly a strange shadowy figure waiting for Maddie, which is a red flag. I'm just saying. As far as why they broke up the first time, she says that he cheated on her. The thing that I'm questioning though is that they only dated for 6 months and they have spent 6 months apart. I feel like 6 months isn't a long enough relationship to warrant a second chance romance. Yeah, I'm only 3% in. There's been some cheesy, cringy dialogue. I took a couple notes here. Oof. This one's hard. She says, I'm so over you that I forgot how it even feels to be under you. And what makes this even cringier is that I'm reading it in my Kindle, and Kindle shows when passages get frequently underlined. And I'm imagining women everywhere underlining that phrase and like, God, she got him. Also, Maddie refers to Chase saying he was an insatiable tomcat. I love that. Personally. She also says that he yawned provocatively. What does that look like? I don't know. Okay, let me quickly update you on the plot. I'm at the 20% mark. We find out how Chase manipulated Maddie into going with him to his parents' house in the Hamptons. His father is apparently dying of cancer, and to cheer everyone up, he decided to tell them all that he was engaged to Maddie because she had previously, on numerous occasions in their 6-month courtship, they had really loved Maddie. And so they are insisting now that they throw them an engagement party in the Hamptons, and Chase needs her to comply so that his father can die with happiness. It seems weird that Chase would have introduced Maddie, not only introduced her, but brought her to their house multiple times when in fact he had no interest in being serious with her, as we find out in chapter 4. This is a dual point of view story, so we get a look into the very disgusting mind of Chase. And yes, he sounds like a complete douchebag, but it is pretty funny when you get over the misogynistic tones. If that's not something you can handle, this book is not going to be for you. So after Chase threatens Maddie that he'll fire her because, of course, he is in a superior position to her in their workforce, and he's not actually her employer. They don't actually work for the same company, so it's not as taboo as it sounds. But I guess he still has the power to fire her. That, along with her sweet, sweet heart, because apparently she loves his family, and of course because she also lost a parent, and so she knows how hard this is, makes her say yes. But not before Chase says, we both know that you're gonna do this, in a very asshole-like manner. Oh, that was grating. Like, I would have just laughed in his face. It just sounds like he is emotionally stunted, and he is 32 years old, which I guess isn't so surprising because it sounds like he's had these behaviors his whole life. But it is surprising to me that Maddie, who has had other boyfriends in her life, as we find out through her mom's letters to her, that she would put up with this bullshit. We also meet Julian and Amber, who are sort of somehow related to Chase. Julian seems like a total dick, because of course we have to have someone who's more of a douchebag than the hero douchebag to make Chase look better. So at this point, they are at this huge mansion. Chase admitted to watching Hallmark movies to prepare for this role of being a fake fiance, which I thought was actually pretty funny. And I'm having fun. It's definitely fun reading this. It's going by really quickly. I'm interested in seeing what happens. And now I will give you a couple cheesy lines. First of all, Maddie refers to her dog as her hussy pup. Second of all, Maddie refers to Chase as Cowboy Crab Zanova. And then Maddie says to Chase, can you be any cockier? To which he says, yes, but then I'd have to wear a condom. It's the next day and I'm 50% into this book, and it is slowing down a bit. They got through the weekend at Chase's parents' place. Maddie got drunk, which I don't know was the wisest choice, but girl, I get it. It's just annoying because they're painting Julian and his wife Amber as these complete and utter assholes. I feel like this author has done it a few times now where they're making people super villainous, a bit exaggeratively, and it doesn't make sense. Like even Maddie's coworker Nina is a stuck-up little bitch. Oh God. And it's like, I thought we were done with these two-dimensional main characters, especially women, just to make the other woman look more wholesome. I'm just kind of over that narrative. So then Chase is begging Maddie to just keep up with this appearance until his dad eventually passes, just because he doesn't want Julian telling his father the truth about this fake dating situation. So it's becoming very convoluted, and I am losing a little bit of patience. It's becoming a little less fun. I do like the tension between Maddie and Chase. They've now had one kiss, well, one fake kiss and one real kiss together. So you like believe the tension, but I am losing interest, especially with Maddie's sort of love triangle here. Like, will she choose Ethan? Will she choose Chase? We already know who she's gonna choose. If there anything happens of note in the 80% mark, I will let you know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna let you in when I wrap up this book to give you my final thoughts. I am about 80% into this book. I think I might DNF it. It's just, I don't really care. I feel bad for DNFing, but at the same time, I watch other booktubers that DNF and I don't lose any respect for them. So I think I'm going to cut my losses here and DNF this book. Final thoughts on this book. It had a lot of potential. I feel like the author did a great job in putting tiny little details in. Like during dialogue, she would put in details so it wasn't just a back and forth. It was actually like well constructed, but man, this is way too long. This story is off the rails, and not in a fun, chaotic way, just in a kind of lazy, messy, unoriginal way. That's the hot tea. One final thought is that I actually like the second chance romance aspect better than I thought I would. I just didn't like the fake dating. I don't think I like fake dating. And you know what sucks? The third book in this vlog is going to be fake dating. I am going to start Beverly Jenkins' book, and I am hoping that it's a little better. It's going to be quite a different tone because it's not very tropey, and I'm ready for a thriller. I am 25% into Rare Danger. It is going by quick because, again, this is a novella. So we meet Jasmine. She's on a blind date with some horrible man, and in the parking lot after that date ends disastrously, we meet Tor, who is the hero of the story. And he is quite in hero mode. He's like this shining knight in armor come to her rescue without her even knowing it. He like tows away this guy's car somehow. Oh, the story actually opened with Elliot's point of view. Elliot seems to be associated with Jasmine's work. Elliot is scared because his business partner is killed and his hands are cut off for, I guess, being a thief of some sort. And Elliot seems to think that he's next, and it kind of goes to black. We find out more about Jasmine's work. It sounds like literally a dream job. Like, I'm sure all of you watching this who are interested in books would love to have this job. She owns her own company and she buys books for rich people. That sounds amazing. She has a consultation the next morning after this date, and it turns out to be Tor, and she goes to his fancy ass house and he asks her out, and I am vibing with their tension. I am. I'm excited. I was squealing a little bit. So far, this is a lot better than the last book. I mean, the beginning of the last book wasn't bad, I have to say, but I feel like because this is a novella, things are sparking very quickly, and I'm interested in the thriller aspect of this, which, if you've seen my last vlog, was not something that was really getting me going, if you know what I mean. Ooh, that sounded sexual, but it wasn't, I promise. At 75%, it's going by really quick. And what has happened in the plot? Well, Jasmine was sent the severed hands of that dead dude, which was disgusting. And there are sketchy ass dudes trying to get information from Jasmine where Elliot is. They're obviously bad dudes. So she and Tor are banding together to research stuff and try to find Elliot before anyone else does. This is really fun. This is a fun little story. Their connection is good. They've had a kiss now. That was very steamy. I feel like she writes good steamy scenes. The only problem I'm having is that it's kind of an insta-love situation, which at first was kind of cute. Like, they saw each other in the parking lot of that restaurant and like sparks flied. That doesn't make any grammatical sense. Sparks flew, and like I said, they saw each other the next day, and then they were already confessing their feelings to each other, like love feelings. Like it seemed a little too fast, but again, this is a novella. And then the only other criticism I have is that the way they speak to each other is a little bit detached. It's a little clinical, which like takes the romance away. Like it's so, I don't know if it's just the way that Beverly Jenkins writes her dialogue that I'm not vibing with. I finished the book and I'm beginning to think I'm just picky because I like that this was fast and a quick read, but it was way too rushed. It felt a little fan fiction-y. I liked the thrilling aspect of it. It was over like this though. Like I said, I haven't read Beverly Jenkins before. I've heard great things about her, but I feel like these were two different stories, like a thriller story and a romance story. It just felt so separated. Like after the thrilling was over, then the romance came. Like it just felt really detached. So I'm interested to see what it would be like reading from her for just romance or just thriller. I don't know if she does just thriller. And I also don't know if she has any full-length books, but I will be researching that and I definitely will be looking for other reads of hers. So yeah, I would give this a 3 out of 5. I enjoyed reading it. It was engaging. I liked the thriller. The romance actually wasn't very good. The romance in the beginning had me excited because I thought it was going to be great, but it really kind of wasn't. It was very rushed, so I'm not sure if I really like this story too much. I will say though that if this was fully fleshed out over like a full-size novel, I think I really would have enjoyed it because she built everything really well. So I was impressed with that for sure. So I think I will start my final read. I definitely won't finish it tonight. This one is the one I've been least looking forward to and I had the least hopes for because it is a fake dating situation. Maybe it will shock me and be my favorite of the 3. We will see. I'm only 4% in, but this setup is cringy. Okay, so we open with Lottie. The main characters' names are Lottie and Huxley, so we know that a millennial wrote this. I actually don't know if that's true, but Lottie has this frenemy who is the CEO or owner of this lifestyle goop-like enterprise, and she fires Lottie. I do like a frenemy in a book because I feel like that's much more interesting than like a convenient friend, like in the first book that we read, or a complete enemy. I feel like a frenemy is more fun. And then we meet Huxley, who has his own business. He's into real estate. He's apparently very wealthy, and he wants to close a deal with this random dude. It sounds like he's already rich. He doesn't really need this deal. He just wants it to say that he won this guy who never makes deals with anyone. And I'm telling you this because it is why he's gonna be ending up in a fake relationship. He sees this guy at a deli and he sees this guy's fiance who's pregnant, and he tells them for no reason that he also has a pregnant fiance. This setup is weak. For a cheesy romance novel, which I love them, for them to be good, it either needs to be really hot or it has to have good foundation. I don't know why I keep using my hands, but this foundation is crumbled already. So we'll see how it goes. Guys, I feel like I like this book. This is embarrassing to admit because I was trashing on it this whole time in my mind. The dialogue between these two characters is like a tennis match. It's actually funny. I have laughed out loud several times. Lottie is funny and she's spunky, but she's not exactly quirky. She's a good character and I like her. And Huxley is fine. He's whatever. But I'm interested. She hasn't actually said yes to his proposal. I feel like it's going at a good pace. So they're setting things up. It's making more sense. And even though the initial reason for why they need to fake stuff is annoying to me just because I hate lying as a conflict, I feel like this is fun and I really am interested in seeing how this goes on. This is quite the surprise. Guys, I'm really liking this book. I am halfway through and everything about this is going so smooth. I feel like this author isn't rushing us into this romance. They actually have turned into enemies, and I feel like that's a natural progression. And now they're slowly starting to get to know each other. But also they're very attracted to each other. They have had a meeting. They have had an encounter and it was hot. So I am very excited for when they actually like each other and start banging. So smut is good. Plot-wise, obviously Lottie has agreed to this fake dating situation. They have outings that they have to go to, and she ends up living at his mansion in her own room. So I'm trying to think about where this is gonna go. I really hope there's not a big blowout where everyone finds out. She had to sign an NDA, so I feel like this might be one of those fake dating situations where no one finds out that it's fake dating, which is something I've been searching for just because I don't want that conflict. I think it's boring and it's too predictable. I just read the breast pumping scene with Ellie and Lottie. That was uncomfortable and honestly unnecessary. Oh my God. I'm like 71% in after that scene. Oof. And there's been a lot of steamy stuff going on. Maybe even a little too much, but I'm not complaining. We see that they obviously really like each other, Lottie and Huxley. I can't get over their names. And I feel like their motivations and their reasons for kind of staying detached are believable, so I appreciate that. And yeah, I'm still liking this book. I finished the book and I am so shocked. It was good. I mean, it got a little less good past the 50% mark, because I think from 50 to 80% it just kind of slowed down and it could have picked up speed. But overall, I think this was actually really well done. I'm thoroughly impressed. Of course, there were cheesy things. It's a romance novel, but there weren't too many cheesy lines, which is sometimes actually really fun. But the actual like steamy scenes were a little cheesy and over the top, but I still enjoyed them. The third act conflict, I'm not going to spoil anything for anyone. And it seemed a little dramatic, but it actually made a lot of sense. And the grand proposal at the end, which I usually also found like really, it's so funny because I'm a romance novel fan, but I really don't like the main aspects of romance novels. It's so weird, but usually grand gestures really annoy me, or I'm just like, okay, I know we have to do this, so let's get on with it. But I thought it was really sweet, actually. And the way it ended, I thought it was great. They ended at the high school reunion. Although they literally walked in, told off the mean girl, and walked out. It's like, didn't she have any other friends that she wanted to say hi to? But yeah, I thought this was great. I would rate it, I would have given it 4 stars if it had been a little quicker, but I think 3.5 is good, but maybe 4, I don't know. I really enjoyed this, and overall during this, I'm sure this video is like 100 years long, but I had fun doing this for sure. I obviously like the third book the best, and then Beverly Jenkins' book, and then The Devil Wears Black. It's funny though, because reading this fake fiance style book, it made me really see what I didn't like in the first book. Again, I liked the writing of the first book's author. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but the characters themselves, I realized that in most of those situations, and it's obviously a huge trope to have grumpy sunshine in a romance novel, but there's a difference between grumpy and total asshole, and I feel like the first book towed that line a little too close. So yeah, this is it. I hope you enjoyed this, if anyone made it through to the end. And even though I DNF'd the first one and I had a couple critical things to say about all of these books, I think if you're a fan of romance, and obviously if you like Kindle Unlimited, I think you should give all of these a try. All right, I will see you guys next time.